Fuck.
And no, did you hear what I said?
Really, is this right become human?
No. Repeat.
I said, can I grab you for Ferris next month?
Yeah, sure thing.
All right, cool. And
Or
then
Sarisa.
who the hell wants to cover Agrius?
Okay, we are live.
Or Sarisa.
Go wild.
Hello, everyone. We have a short show, but a jam-packed show today. I'm just gonna get the link out, and then we will transition into the full show.
No.
Everyone who's here, introduce yourselves into this chaos.
At the same time.
Everyone go.
At the same time.
Yeah,
Alright,
one.
guys,
everybody.
Hello, my
It's
name
live.
is in the
I'm just
lab.
kind of here.
Please subscribe.
Dislike.
Yeah, leave a like.
Dislike.
Leave a dislike.
Really is before I become human.
Disliking,
Unsubscribe.
unsubscribing, twit longering, Reddit longering, all of you.
Alright.
You're all
Who-
canceled.
Oh, you would know a lot
There's
about
such
shit
a thing as
longer.
Reddit longer?
Make this. Yeah, fucking Reddit longer. What the fuck, Ross?
What's a Reddit longer?
Who's the Marcus of the group?
It's a Marcus.
Creepypasta, creepypasta,
Oh my god.
the creepypasta
This is
of
a Marcus.
the Echoes of the Void.
Dab on the dislike button. Make this the most disliked show.
Okay,
So,
so,
as you guys can see, we
this
got
stream
a
layout
whole bunch
will
of
be a
people
bit
in the-
chaotic, but we will sort it out soon. So
Yeah, this is a 6-man. Legitimately a 6-man.
okay, let's start turning
Can
off
we just
some
make it-
layers here.
Can we just make it Smile Cats of all of our favorite characters? Like, just Smile Cat, fuck.
Shut up.
Smile Cat, Smile
Disable
Cat.
this one.
We decided to roll with this.
Disable this one.
Yo, where's Ryan Gosling?
Okay, there. Everyone is hidden now. Too many of you.
We're all dead.
Okay. So, I can't fit you know what? Let me try and fit everyone actually.
This is gonna be.
Oh, the screen.
Okay. So, Cross is
TreeVoid
here.
truly is based.
Let's see.
I like to be at the very top of the
Just
screen.
cover up the gameplay. People probably don't need to see that.
No,
Yeah, we don't need, we
Especially
don't need to
after
see you
last time.
trying.
that's the best part of the show.
Yeah, we don't need you to do the frog fight and then you just wipe with Lean on your team.
There we go. There we go. We you know what?
Speaking of which, guys, it's
That's
actually possible to wipe with Reno's FR on your team.
How do you wipe
Sometimes.
with Reno FR?
Hold up, I'm gonna send you the DM.
Sign
Maybe
language.
Cross did it. He's speaking from experience.
Where is
Damn,
Alfie's
we
label?
got you.
Huh? There we go. Okay. Indo, I don't have a label for you. You'll be labelless.
Don't
for
worry, he's Ryan Gosling.
You,
Yeah.
you don't need to know him.
now. Yeah. So we've got Cross, Sign, Alfie, and Indo here, along with myself and Lion. So full show today.
BC, you could join in on this.
Yeah, BBC could hop in.
I
if
see you in the
want.
chat.
Yeah.
Everybody in the server is
Yeah.
getting on here now. What the fuck?
Yeah, we gotta- this is a very chaotic layout, but that's fine. Yeah, so there isn't really much to talk about going on in JP right now. Since the 2 weeks that we had our show last time, we've had one event. So that was fun. We had this character right here. We had Quina's event come out. So we'll I guess talk about Quina a bit, and then I know Lion really wants to talk about Elemental Lockouts for some reason.
I mean, not really,
so,
but you brought it up in the fucking
I brought
the
it up.
Discord chat.
You're the
Yeah.
one who's been bringing up
in the
like in
Discord
multiple different
chat.
Discord
You
channels.
You look over in the Stream Topics channel. I didn't say that shit.
Yeah, because you've been screaming it everywhere. Yeah, let's go to this way. Let's get the show on the roll here. So y'all, while I'm loading into the fight, what is everyone's thoughts on Quina?
busted ass character. They need something new to counter this character. Or maybe they'll just leave him alone. I'm not really sure what they're gonna try and do with this character. It's so broken.
I sure would love to get some of Quina's gear.
Pull.
That would be nice.
I can't wait for the goalpost to move and people start asking Amaranth instead.
Whoa, imagine.
I don't think anyone would ever ask for Amaranth.
Asking for the worst playable character in terms of characteristics.
It is. I do remember a discussion on TCC where this mechanic can be countered. Just look at Jack, the final Aeon's FR effect. That's a counter for this.
Fine, I'll run Quina.
The devs do have a habit of like doing one cool mechanic and forgetting it existed, so never mind.
They did that same mechanic with Neon's debut with the Ogres.
Did they?
They did. Their force time recovered HP.
On the force effect only? Okay, that's probably why I never seen it. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause they had well.
they do that sometimes, but I wish they would do it more.
Yeah, I didn't know that as well since I stomped it with Neon, of course.
They didn't have a lot of
I
help.
used Leon.
Best tank, am I right?
Hell yeah, he's almost there. I mean, it's just so like strange to me how Quina is like. This is a character that's very like generic if you look at it on like. If you look at him in practice, he's actually very generic, but on paper he sounds super unique.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a damage go up unit, right? Like, nothing super...
The
crazy.
skill issue pattern.
Yeah.
You bring Quina, and then you don't gotta worry about your damage.
Yeah, it just happens. He's a rebreaker, insta break, rainbow damage. You got
What has
Trap.
traps, doesn't?
yeah, traps on the LB.
Yeah.
It's pretty short though, like 6 turns. Like yeah, but it makes sense, you know.
I mean, 6 turns with the BT effect that caps out the damage is pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's pretty like brainless to keep up.
Well, I'd say give it a while, because sometimes the devs are creative enough to counter shit. We don't know how, because this one is like super specific. Because I know a lot of people back then, especially on JP, when Snow's BT came around, like that was hyped to hell because of Snowverflow, all that stuff. And then come Shinryu, they introduced the Brave Limit reduction, whatever it's called, where they kind of cap out your gains-ish to counter Snowverflow. Obviously, people were still able to do it. So their solution was to just make it bigger, make the reduction bigger.
So overrated.
Yeah. So we just kind of just need to wait and see like how they go along with this in the future.
Yeah, I can already
Here's
see.
what you guys forgot though. You guys forgot though that Quina is just basically better Setzer, Neon, and Null because of the simple fact that they rebreak. They give rainbow damage, and they make you cap no matter what.
Thank you for mentioning. Thank you for mentioning the EX thing, by the way. Queen Amicia, this is the best strat ever. I want you guys to know that Quina Ultimecia with a selfie CA of the aura and Queen in the party means Ultimecia can loop her turns forever. There's no downside to this. She can just do it. It's Yidaroth 2.0, guys.
Yeah,
It
Quina
works.
is more like Sephiroth wearing an apron than anything.
Jesus, that is an image I did
because-
not want.
Yeah,
And Ultimecia is Ida.
yeah, took off the blindfold. Took off the shoes as well.
And you know, X that is Quina. That's funny.
The
is
third
ugly.
unit's usually like Kurosame's for like the freeze effect, so you don't take damage. That's kind of like your follow-up character in Yidaroth, your Sisney/Kane.
Yeah, see, there you go. You're getting it.
There we go.
I wonder wonder if in the future someone will spend 305,000 gems in order to pity 5 bursts so that they can sell it in order to pick up X deaths burst to
I
make
wonder
this
who.
team work even better.
I don't know. Seems kind of worth it.
Now, here's a good question. I wonder if anyone has tried this, but how does Quina's BT effect work with like HP poisons and like Leo effects and stuff?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Not Leo effects,
Trigger,
but-
it doesn't make those things better. It shouldn't. If it does, then that's pretty fucked up.
It would be
Nah,
pretty
it's
fucked
just-
up. That'd make Alfie actually like decent.
Yeah,
Not good. Not good, mind you, but decent.
Still tedious to use.
Can it,
With all
can
the
it save
HP.
Thancred?
No,
Yeah,
because
because,
Tancred capping his damage is not the issue. It's that he doesn't do enough damage. I say this all the time.
Forever in
Yeah,
the
I don't think it really sinks in because people just meme Thancred bad, but like there's reasons why he's bad.
Like he caps his damage, no problem. The problem is he doesn't have enough dumps to do damage.
He caps his 1 HP attack. Congratulations. What the fuck you want?
Overall, Quina is there's a lot of positive reception around Quina, but there's kind of like pretty much every new character recently has had very, very high positive reception.
Except Jesse.
Right? Except Jesse. Jesse was pretty mixed.
except 7.
Seven's not a new
Seven's
character.
Seven's not a new character.
A new character.
I
But,
mean, with that
Oh,
rework,
okay, new character.
I mean,
Alright,
she
new
might as well
character.
be.
I mean,
Yeah,
Rubicante got.
Like I know, yeah, Rubicante was the previous character. Rubicante was extremely like hyped up because of how much of
Yeah.
a really good counter tank he is.
Yeah, especially now that there's solo run videos around the corner, and you know how the community loves that shit.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
god. Do you think that he can solo
Yes.
what is it called on
He-
global?
he did.
Entropy 4?
Oh, Entropy 4.
Oh,
That's
boy.
part of him.
That's the
Let's not
ultimate
get crazy
testament.
here.
Yeah, the ultimate testament on whether or not you're a great unit or not.
Can he solo
guys
Ifrit
know
Chaos?
struggle?
That's what I want to know.
He
Did you know it's
did.
possible to
Or
struggle?
Shiva.
Shut up.
Wait, what about Chaos?
That's not
I
Jack.
think-
bro.
Hey, TreeVoid.
Yeah.
There was one thing about Quina, where it's like, if you're actually in a break state, you can't actually cap your HP damage, which is, yeah, that's something they can do, I guess.
Do
Make
you,
it a
you
break.
don't even have
Yeah.
Quina, don't you, Soundwave?
I do have Quina.
Yeah. So sign
Oh.
that would only work for the first
New
dump.
character quota. New
Oh,
character
yeah.
quota.
New character quota. I forgot you have that whole shit.
Yeah, look forward to
The Quina saga.
Pale Face's Reddit
Yeah.
evaluation. Make sure
That's
to
my
give it
alter
a-
ego, Lord.
Give it a.
That's my money sold.
Yeah, I'm exposing it.
That is my money sold good.
good. Make sure to give him Reddit gold. That's all he wanted.
I will destroy you. Just
And get 1,000 subs too.
Shoot a Leon fucker.
aren't you the cat fucker?
And she's a Layla fucker.
That's a compliment, sir.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
Aren't you the neon fucker?
Oh,
Okay.
Anyways, no, I think Quina's extremely, extremely good. But as every new character, they're gonna find some way to make it harder to use them, because this is something noticeable, probably outside of Jack. I maybe outside of Jack, but when a new character comes out and they end up being extremely good, they try to find a way to make that character less effective later on in stages, so it makes it hard to use them. The only 2 characters I can think of that did not have that syndrome, and I'm not counting Core because Core technically was in the game for global, so I'm not going to count him for global and JP. I would say that's for Jack and Neon, honestly, because Neon hasn't really struggled at all because of the whole rainbow thing, her gimmick.
For Soya.
Oh yeah, for Soya too.
Hashtag
Yeah.
Soy.
Hell yeah. For Soy boy. Yeah. That's me. I'm a big advocate of Fusoya. He's a very good character.
He's just like old man.
What?
What?
I heard
No,
he's
someone
related
like
to
that's
Cecil
movie
somehow.
man.
I didn't say anything.
I can imagine
What the
Cecil
fuck?
looking like Fusoya when he grows old. Because Lunarian.
Yeah,
He's also a Lunarian. Yeah, he's also a
Oh,
Lunarian.
that would be really funny if he just Cecil just turns into Fusoya, like in the after years or something. He literally is just Fusoya, Cecil's uncle. I think the one that got hurt the most was Dorgan. Poor dude.
Oh, absolutely, Dorgan. Not even like Celeste and Minmu got affected by elemental reductions that hard. Dorgan gets completely screwed over by it.
Well, the thing is that Dorgan's a new character, right? So given the fact that he's a new character, you would think they would like at least make it like 1 or 2 fights. No, they made it a whole like month. They made it a whole month to
Yeah,
just make
release the
Dorgan
middle of
like
it.
that.
Dorgan was not locked out for like once a month. that was it. He had
Like,
1 month.
even-
He had one fight a month to shine.
But you know, you could just pair him with Setzer. No, that doesn't make any sense because Absorb does not. What's it called?
There's no
doesn't
absorb.
matter.
There's no
That's
absorb.
that.
So
There's no absorb, it's just damage reduction.
Yeah.
so it works.
So
It works.
you can
Good.
use Setzer with Dorgan.
It happened with Seymour too. After the cycle, was just physical resist and just he had brave shields. Thanks, Seymour.
That was just Jack's event.
Yeah, you see, this
Yeah,
is why
that's the
Seymour. This is why Seymour deserves less.
It was just Jack's fight that hard countered Seymour right after.
Yeah, but still, it was really funny that straight after, it's just
Of course.
locked out.
Didn't they do the same thing to Ferris, like the very next event?
I don't
No,
remember.
that's Transcendence.
No, it wasn't the Transcendence. It was Balthier's fight. Balthier's fight was literally debuff immune.
But that's 2 fights later.
No,
It's
that's
still in
not.
the cycle.
But that's
Yeah.
Renoa, the Renoa fight, I think.
Yeah, the next
Right.
event after Ferris is Renoa, the Transcendence stage,
Yeah.
stage 11.
Oh yeah, she was good
Rhino
there, I
fight.
guess. Yeah, she was good there.
Oh wait, no, but then there's Aerith IW right after that. That had elemental.
Yeah,
lockout.
ice.
Yeah,
It's like-
ice only, or non-elemental.
Yeah,
That's
they really
when-
dunked on Ferris
and
really hard.
debuff immune
Sounds
is
like
so
a
dumb.
shoot.
Poor Sarisa.
Just bring Snow forehead.
Nah, that's why you just bring Charlotta or
Mm.
Setzer.
Yeah,
Problem
Make a
solved.
full
Not
team.
Setzer, but Charlotta.
yeah, full team of Charlotta, Setzer, and Farris.
See, do you have
is the
something
lineup.
against Setzer?
Do I have something against
What?
Setzer?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, just
I
making
have
sure.
something against the people that made a fit about Setzer, but that's old news. I'm not gonna go into that.
I mean, I like running
Yes.
Setzer, but the freeze is always nice. I just hate that he has a throwing weapon. That's really it.
Just make the throwing weapon. Commit to it.
Why
Like
would
how
I
Indo
do-
commits to whip.
You can use a throwing weapon with Sissy Nene.
I might. I do like using Yuffie, and Hope is fun.
I Hope doesn't really need it, doesn't he? Like,
Yeah, no, Hope
Just
doesn't even need an
doesn't
ultimate
win.
weapon.
Hope can just sit there.
Yeah, Hope doesn't even need an ultimate weapon.
you can just charge a gauge, you know, just and it works.
I don't gauge
But
charge.
back,
Oh.
but
I just make sure that my party is protected from, physical and magical brave damage.
so this fight,
Give
by the
them a
way,
speed up.
Yes, this fight. I think it's a pretty cool fight overall. You're seeing that I'm doing like no brave damage.
Yeah, get good.
Yeah, that's
tree.
I think it's mainly due to their force effect, right?
Yes. it is.
Respect and thresholds.
And their thresholds.
Yes.
Yes. So like the main way they want you to bypass this is either through instant break, which Quina has, or through rainbow brave damage, which Quina also has. So in my initial run of this, before I pulled Quina, I ran the same party, except instead of Quina, I had Setzer, and that was a pretty good run. One thing to note, though, that's a little bit cheeky about this fight is when their force effect is up, you can't apply any buffs. So I didn't quite realize that when I went into the fight, and I tried to apply my fixed dice buff from Setzer LD after they had entered force time, and that didn't work. So I had to reset a couple times until I figured out what was going on and why my kit wasn't working. But I think I think it's a neat gimmick though, disabling you from buffing, putting up a lot of brave damage resist. To sort of push. Yeah, go ahead.
There's also the thing of at certain thresholds, the boss will gain a bunch of buffs, and you can't just Raijin LD call that. They actually bypass that because I tried that in my run and they bypassed it.
Raijin doesn't stop buffs.
It doesn't stop buffs.
Yeah, Raijin does not.
It
stop
just
buffs.
stops
Aerith
you
stop
from
buffs.
getting.
I thought
He
it
does.
did.
It never did.
It stops debuffs, not buffs.
Hold up. Let me check some real quick. Was I lied to?
You don't
Was I
believe
lied to?
these.
Hold up. No. There's no
You
shit.
know that it gets around
Damn.
stuff like Yuffie or Aerith or Arceella? Is that what you mean?
Yuffie
Ash.
Yuffie
Or
Ash
Ash
works,
with her.
yes.
Yeah.
Or Kurasame?
Kurasame?
It's Brave Freeze. It doesn't
You still
stop
have
the
to break
buffs.
them.
Yeah, it doesn't stop the buffs, but it helps you break them to get rid of it.
Yeah,
Or you can actually
what is it,
dispel them.
105,000 brave that they gain?
You can actually
100,000
dispel the
somewhere,
oldest buff. You can dispel the oldest buff, and then the brave damage reduction goes away, which I did with Dorgan. It's fun.
I liked using Beatrix for this because they do
Yeah,
that.
Beatrix,
and
yeah.
you just-
Really? Because I remember
counterpick,
trying
yeah.
out Aerith on my own time, and
Yes, Alfie.
Alfie, you got Thanos snapped.
Alfie,
Died.
you literally just...
Oh no, is this a wipe?
Damn, he's oppression all over again. Right?
Oh,
But yeah, you can't reapply buffs, but you can extend your buffs forever, which
Oh,
Eric
shit, am I
does.
alive?
So that's a nice one. Oh, hi, Alfie.
oh, I am alive. I have no clue what happened.
I couldn't get my buffs to extend.
So yeah, this
Wow.
is... I actually... The
Good job,
first...
TreeVoid.
high skilled gameplay.
Damn.
Did you guys have Beatrix in the party? Oh my god. Oh
That is
my
some
god.
nice skill gameplay
So-
right there.
I do say like I think this fight's really like cool as well. I even think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's a good fight.
just
I mean, if
I
I
think
died, come on.
I just think it's nothing like too unique because we've seen plenty of big brave gains, deal ones unless you break them type of mechanics, and we have so many like counters to that nowadays. So it is pretty cool that you're unable to buff yourself, and it's 20 turns within like a 50 turn count. So their force gauge also charges pretty fast on your turn, so they really want to
very
try and
fast.
get that like ability to go off. Overall, I think the
that you can do is
pretty good.
if you don't want to deal with the ones, you can actually bring. I think it doesn't matter if it's Cater or Setzer, but you can bring a freeze call and then make it so that they don't get the brave gain from their thing. So you can just break them automatically after
Yeah,
they do the whole brave
Setzer
gain
call
thing.
is very useful here.
And during force time, your brave damage is reduced to 1 throughout the duration of it.
I'm saying outside of force time though.
Yeah.
This is... I really like this fight because the problem that I had with the first fight is it's really hard to cancel the FR time of the enemy because it was like Zac, Minwoo, Aerith, and one of those sucked.
Minwoo on a single target fight.
Yeah, one of those sucked. But this fight, you can bring a lot of combinations actually. I brought Dorgan, that enchanted break to the party, and then just use Rubicante's Echo, like stuff like that. That's like really cool combinations. You could use
Yeah.
Charlotta's FR Echo.
To cancel the FR, you can use like any magic FR as long as it can break the enemy.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
a
it's
Setzer
like-
call setting them to 0 makes it very easy to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And the one problem I also had with the first part, the first story chapter, is that you can ignore the force time. This one, you're very hard. It would be very hard to ignore this force time because the buff thing. It would be
Run
very
offers.
difficult.
No, someone's
Run
gonna find a way
offers.
to figure that out.
Yeah,
Didn't ZK
I mean,
do it by just doing an
it's much
off-turn
harder.
game?
Yeah, I was gonna say I came
It's just much
really
harder.
close to a solo clear with Rubicante.
Someone already
You
did
can
do
do
a
it.
solo clear.
Yeah,
with
you can't do
Rubicante.
a solo on Rubicante.
No, I just messed it up near almost.
Oh.
I think they were at like 22.
How do you mess up a solo as Rubicon? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, imagine having someone die with Rubicante in your party.
You died with Beatrix in the party. I don't want to hear anything.
Well, you know how Rubicante has that effect where he heals back up to half?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, for whatever reason, he didn't do it.
That's during his force.
It was during force time, though.
Was it
Was it?
someone else's force?
Yeah. No, it was only Rubicante in the party.
It's a solo.
Was it someone else's first time?
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Only person in the party.
Okay, maybe the last stand buff dropped. Maybe that's the problem. And
I don't
then
know.
Just died.
I'm
Here's
just
our
gonna
last stand
exclude
buff?
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
I think
a
it's
broken
from his
character.
one.
Maybe that's what
I
it
really
was.
like
Because he took a hit and then he dropped to. It was like he had like 3,000 health, and then he healed, and then he took another hit, and
That's probably it then. Just you forgot the
yeah,
last
maybe
stand.
he just died. Maybe that's what it was, and I just didn't have last stand on. That might be it.
It is cool that Rubicante can extend his buff, so he doesn't really care much with his skill too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, despite being unable to buff yourself, buff extension abilities will still work.
That's why I use Furion.
Why-
He just uses EX every turn.
Why what's his name? What's her name? Aerith is synergy. Because her HP plus extends her buffs. So she freely damages the bosses.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
You guys
Or you
can
can-
survive Beatrix somehow. Like,
Or you can bring units like Mog who just don't care about their buffs anyway.
Or just like Charlotta
you can bring
Like-
Sarah.
with
Wow.
Maria.
This fight is free.
Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Despite-
sure, you brought Beatrix. Thank God.
Look, she's
yeah.
up. See? She's doing fine.
Beatrice is sleeping, yeah.
Yeah. Easy.
This
was
is a
too
free win
tired.
stage if I've seen anything.
Easy. Meanwhile, HP requirement. Hello.
That's just a
Where are
suggestion.
those?
Oh,
Yeah.
It even told them stage cleared.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Look, it says complete right there. Complete.
Alright,
Yeah,
it
let's
doesn't
get
matter.
the whole student account and do the same
This is
fight
some
again.
copium right
Like,
now.
it doesn't matter if he wins a second or a mile. Winning is winning.
Yeah.
That's all there is.
So screenshotting. Don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah, was there anything else anyone wanted to say about either Quina or the fight?
I cleared
That's
it
pretty
with
much
Queen.
everything.
I hope the pain fight that's coming out tonight is like this.
I just don't want to comment on Quina too much because I know Raw Life is probably gonna watch.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah, I
It's just-
skipped Quina.
Yeah.
Just wait for the
Because-
pale face. I don't know who that guy is, but
I'm happy
Yeah,
Cheetahs
I
is
don't
not
know.
getting an echo tonight. Let's go.
Seymour's getting.
Seymour gets the echo.
All right, Seymour got a banner.
Yeah,
the-
Seymour and...
It's just a
Chris.
rerun banner. Let's go do it.
no
Yeah.
echo.
And nobody cares. Moving on.
Yeah,
Just
Seymour and
Rerun
Rerun.
banner. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, radio.
people have already talked about them. Like when they initially released, there's no reason to talk about it.
If only they had an echo, you know.
If only.
For
They
radio.
should
It
vote
is-
for Seymour.
Pretty sure Titus is not getting an echo. He's just being reran.
He's not. He's
Yeah,
not.
It's
Yeah,
just
I hope.
Pain getting FR. Titus is just, or FR Echo is just Titus being reran.
Yeah, I don't want the worst FF protagonist to get an echo.
Yeah, FF10 is shit, by the way.
So
Yeah.
she says pull for Seymour,
That's the
and I
block.
think you should do it.
Did you pay the Yoshi to say that?
I didn't, but
What's this-
Wait, you did what?
I haven't done this fight. Yo. Oh, that's
Wait,
cool.
I can't believe Theologica called me Ryan Reynolds. I can't believe it.
oh boy.
I will
That's-
unsubscribe to Theologica. I can't believe you called him Ryan fucking Reynolds.
I mean, he got the first name right. That's close. They're basically the same person.
Okay. Okay, y'all stupid.
Ryan Reynolds. God damn. That is such
Are
a
you okay, Endo?
We need church for this community. Everyone needs.
Endo
I don't
was
think
like
church is
just
enough.
dying on stream, choking on his own spit from laughing.
No.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
calm down and down.
My bad.
Sir, Jesus.
All right.
We live in a society.
Okay. So I think we'll move on to, I guess, the rest of the show, because that was all the JP content we had for 2 weeks, which was cool.
Oh, God.
And pain is tonight.
And pain is
Hell
tonight.
yeah.
So the other topic, I guess, that some people in this chat are really excited about is this whole Elemental Lockout that's coming up for us in GL in the next 3 months or so, I guess, starting with Tifa cycle. JP players, correct me if I'm
Tifa?
wrong there. Tifa?
Started after Renov, to be more exact.
Oh, so I guess the Ferris fight was kind of like the preview of that.
Ferris fight and Ferris fight was free. Renova fight was free. Aerith's
Okay.
fight was not free, and
Okay.
Balthier's fight was not free.
Okay. So starting next month for us in GL, then we're going to be getting quite a few fights where it's basically you do the featured elemental damage or non-elemental damage, or you'll be hitting ones. Is that also a pretty correct description?
Yeah, it has to be that element only.
Mm-hmm.
So if
It's
if
also
if you're doing fire, like let's say every elemental damage except fire gets reduced. If you do fire plus water, your damage will still be ones. It has to be just fire.
it's also not exclusive to elements. It's also goes
Correct.
for attack type sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes they also hit non-elemental damage as well.
Not as
Yeah.
hard, but yeah.
So one of the fights, it's just the one I have access to right now, is the Beatrix IW fight against two of the tree bosses from FF9. I don't remember what they're called. The
Soul
Eeks?
Cage.
Soul Cage, yeah. So in this fight, you have to deal either thunder or non-elemental damage, or you'll be hitting ones. Basically, the issue with this, obviously, is that elemental units like Yuri, as the most recent example, or Rydia, or Garnet, or whoever,
Garnet.
yeah, won't work too well under normal conditions. There's 2 ways to bypass it for us in global, and now in JP there's a 3rd way. So our 2 ways are either via Setzer or Charlotta, and in JP once we get Quina, we don't really give a shit about brave damage if you bring Quina along specifically.
You could also use Neon because she fire enchants and fire damages rainbows, and it's a true fire enchant, so everyone will hit that rainbow.
So Neon is a 4th secret cheat code then.
You could also do Kate Sith.
AKA Charlotta 0.
Yeah, that's what Charlotta is. It's the same thing. Yeah, come on.
But you could.
Yeah,
You could,
you could. Yeah.
but just use Charlotta.
Yeah.
I agree.
So there is some people here think that the fact that you're an elemental unit isn't really an issue because we have these ways to bypass it. So like you shouldn't detract from, let's say, Yuri, because you should have Charlotta or Setzer, and thus you have a way to ignore the elemental reductions instead of like. Is that a fairly accurate representation of your position here, Lion?
No.
Okay.
It's close,
Okay. Give
Basically-
your position, yeah.
which I will do.
Yeah.
Basically, I've been seeing a lot of people, not just on Reddit, but on Discord. I don't really go on Facebook or Twitter that much.
Thank God.
But I've been seeing a lot of people kind of starting to shit on characters because, oh, well, they've got
back.
an element.
You're bad.
Because they have, this or this element, whatever. And because there's elemental lockouts, they're not going to be playable. And that's not true. Objectively, it is false. You can still get through a lot of this content with those characters because we do have ways of working around it. And I think that it is disingenuous for people, whether they be content creators or just people who can't get off of the keyboard on Reddit, to go around and tell people, hey, you can't do this, skip these characters, blah, blah, blah. Essentially. Thoughts?
People bad.
Just trying to digest this for a second. Yeah, go ahead. Whoever wants to.
People bad.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like, if we are talking about, like, these Reddit or content creator players who have takes that are that bad, then yeah, I would agree. But I think just like the general sentiment of you are giving up a party slot that you wouldn't have to otherwise, is a fair criticism to have of an elemental unit.
There's an opportunity cost to
Right.
any character that you're going to play in this game. Regardless of who it is, you're not going to be able to use, thus and such other character. If you're trying to make them effective, you may have other setup costs. Like if you're playing Vayne, for example, or various other characters. There's always going to be some kind of trade-off, and I am fully willing to call that a weakness. It is something to be aware of. You can say the same thing for anybody else.
Except Tifa,
And the fact,
Renoa, Vaughn, and Makina.
except for when we start getting content, which it's not elemental, but there's content that kind of craps on them and caps out their ability to brave gain their way through fights.
Tifa, that is definitely not true for Tifa.
I can't comment for Tifa
Especially
because
Vaughn.
I never got her burst, but I can comment on that for Renoa.
That is true because Renoa is more like, yeah, she is pretty much brave gain and overflows,
Yeah.
but Vaughn and
with-
Tifa just don't care
With
about
Renoa
that.
and having Y'shtola standing right next to her with her burst effect up, I think I was doing 1,000,000 damage total at over 800% during Force Time.
Wow.
Real rough.
So, I just want to. It probably isn't that bad. Like, okay, but how do I say this? But I don't think it's people saying that you should skip this character. I think people is just saying don't. It's I can't word this right. It's probably not people saying like don't skip this character. It's probably people saying that I wouldn't pull for this character because it just takes so much work to put them through it. Like, maybe it's that.
Well,
I
you
don't
just
know.
use Charlotta because Charlotta, like, alone pretty much enables a lot of shit.
Right.
Yeah, but
Like, I
Shalom-
did Red Comet, like, when it was still around on my own. I had a video on this with Charlotta and then Fujin and Edge, and I just hit ones the whole time. And I still did pretty damn good damage because the battery was so high. And I think the only one that gives Brave Gain up was Charlotta. I don't think Fujin gives Brave Gain up, does she?
She gives you brave
Maybe on the
gain
AA.
on weakness.
Was it AA?
Maybe. I'm not 100, but it would be like 10% anyways. It's not a big deal.
Right, but like
yeah.
most of the Brave up battery stuff was from Charlotta.
Fujin has the special effect where she enchants battery party enchant.
That's if you hit weakness.
That
Yeah,
is
which
one
makes
time
sense.
per
It is
turn,
true.
though.
Edge only needs to cap his brave once, and he's hitting cap all the time. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but,
But yeah, so
there are workarounds for it. Like Charlotta and Setzer are the two popular ones, and I do think that is like good. It makes certain characters more valuable because in this era we just instantly cap damage, like our brave damage. We always cap damage. Everything's about HP cap up, having enough HP damage up, whatever. With this whole, in my opinion, with this whole elemental lockout, that just makes certain enchanters more valuable.
For
And
non-elemental units.
for non-elemental units, that just makes certain enchanters more valuable. It does go on for quite a while, so I can see where people get annoyed with it. I'm certain that if it only happened on an occasional fight, people wouldn't really get annoyed with it. But since it happens for such an extended period of time, about like 3-ish months or something, that left a bad taste in people's mouths.
Yeah.
It's like the Cecil scenario with his BT, FR, IFR, LD all over again. It's just the amount that really annoys people.
Yeah, and like what's been going on stream here, like whenever Mog or Rubicon act, they've been doing 1 brave damage the whole time. The only one who's actually doing brave damage is Beatrix. So like this, because Mog is water and thunder, he's still hitting 1s because he has that water, and so he's not hitting just thunder, and thus he's getting hit by the lockout from the conditions there. So now I'll just switch out Mog for Lotta as a visual showcase, just to show how you can bypass it.
Okay, this might just be an edge case, but this is partly the reason why I just didn't think Charlotta and Minwoo would be so effective. Like Minwoo is like the edge case of like you just want off turn every day, all day. So Charlotta isn't applicable to everyone, I would want to say. Again, it's probably just the edge case of Minwoo, but she doesn't work with everyone. Like not.
Well, what does that mean? Like because she's not doing off-turn damage?
Like, give an example. Yeah. Like what's a character that doesn't work for Charlotta? Like, I'm genuinely curious. I'm not doubting you.
Like she like takes a lot of instant. Like you can ignore it, of course, but it's way less effective than some of the options that you would want to have, especially because like at the end of the day, is the brave gain per hit outweighing the HP damage bonus loss that you're making? Like
FRs?
Yeah, that's probably like is the brave gain per hit outweighing like the FR damage, HP damage bonus, because that's very contingent on like it's a very specific kind of thing.
Well, Charlotta herself does a shitload of damage already as a support, so I don't think the damage is necessarily that big of a loss because Charlotta can absolutely make up for it.
Yeah, but that's the FR percentages. Sometimes it could just catch up to you,
Sure.
Right, yeah, that's why you use a different FR that complements Charlotta.
Here's what I would say
the whole brave
in response
aspect.
to that.
You're just building on Charlotte at that point. This is a trick. This is like gaslighting to me right now.
So the thing, and this is kind of where I started thinking about this, we're in a community on Global where people want as much as they can possibly get for as little as they possibly have to spend or invest or whatever. People want to take their what was his name? Like Randall, he wants to coast all the way through Shinryu on 6 FR characters and pull for nothing else, right? Here's an opportunity that we have to make use of characters like Charlotta or Setzer, who by this point I'm sure that everyone has pulled for, if they did not pull for him the first time around because they were mauling because he got delayed, but whatever. Here's an option to make use of an old character that you probably haven't played that much. You've already got them built. You don't have to spend any resources. And these are the same people as well that complained about Dare to Defy, saying that it was an attempt to force them to pull, much like a lot of these Shinryu gimmicks, are encouraging you to use the featured units, FR. You are presented with an opportunity using these characters to essentially ignore fight mechanics, ignore the need to pull, etc. It's right there. You can take advantage of it. Yes, you're probably going to lose some FR damage. It will probably be, less efficient than using synergy, but if you don't want to pull, the option is there.
Okay, most bosses don't have that much health anyway. It's the same amount.
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
A great point that I remembered was, I think the lockouts felt bad because it was covering up the lack of fight mechanics. I've heard that before, which is I can see the point, because if they're just using lockouts to like cover up the mechanics is like probably doesn't feel good, doesn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say like it is a mechanic, right? Like
Yeah,
why is Lockout not a mechanic?
No, but it's like
I get what he's saying. It's lazy fight design.
Yeah, it's like it's the same
it's
one.
restrictive. I wouldn't
So
necessarily
it's
say
still-
it's lazy.
Like, for
you-
example, Ferris's fight.
stuff.
Do what? I'm sorry.
There just could be more creative stuff than just lock out this element. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, you
Would
could
you
lock out the-
guys call it questionable design?
Okay. but this is why Jack's cycle was so good. Like, it locked out a lot of people, but the mechanics were great. Nobody complained. At least I hope.
Yeah, and this is a Jack cycle fight, by the way.
Yeah,
This Beatrix
these are
fight.
fights.
The only part of his cycle that made me like mauled was literally this fight, and that was because I didn't get the lockout portion of it. I didn't realize what I was fucking up was I was using Ash's Call, and Ash enchants for Thunder and Holy. So I probably did this 4 or 5 times before I said fuck this game, and I came back to it the next day and realized what I've been screwing up.
So like, okay, this fight is an example of like a great fight with a lot of lockouts. The Reigns Spiritus was a cancer-ass fight.
Yes, it
but
was.
I liked it, and it also had the lockout. Bunevelze was a great fight that had a lot of lockouts, and it's because of the mechanic. So I'm led to believe that it's probably not just the lockout itself, but it's like it feels like it's not. It's covering up something that's
It's
missing.
compounding it. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Like I feel like that was the main at the end of the day.
So, this whole elemental lockout thing. It's kind of funny that people are complaining about it because like this has happened before. Like there's literally been characters that have been locked out for like a good 6 months after their debut. Not 6, but like 3 or 4 months after their release. Like I'm pretty sure Alfie already used an example, but like back then when Paladin Cecil and hell even when Lightning was starting to get locked out, people still use those characters. And like while the lockout was different compared to what it is now, you can still use those characters. It's just a matter of like how you're gonna get them through it. And besides, the lockouts only really last like let's say a good
It's 3 months.
2 months, 3 months, yeah. But it's not like
exactly
that
3
big of a
months.
deal. It's not like that big of a deal. Like honestly, like I don't know why people are fretting over this. Like people are still gonna bring their same generic shit. You're still gonna bring Luna Freya Tidus. You're still gonna just blow up fights, not care.
Yeah, just bring Tifa or whatever shit. Meta.
Yeah.
Like,
You're gonna bring Tifa, you're gonna bring your Tiduses, and then you're just gonna say, "Oh, this fight was easy."
Oh yeah, that's one complaint I had back when this happened was like it was affecting people. It was affecting
Yeah. Yeah.
like it was Tifa and Reno are untouched. They're broken already.
Yeah.
No.
That's probably annoying. Yeah.
Everybody else got hampered except Charlotte and Setzer, who just got their stonks raised.
And that's how you punish the people that skipped Charlotta for Luna Freya.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they did it all over again too.
But you know what? This is what you skip. You skip Luna Freya entirely, besides her LD call, because that's all she's good for.
Yeah,
Like-
Luna Freya is called slavery.
Yeah, you know what? God bless Arden.
Now, all I really say is like when it comes to elemental lockouts, because people, there are people that like their Ferris, their who else, their Kurasames, whatever. Yuri
The
and
Dorgans.
stuff. Dorgan. Well, Dorgan's kind of rough to get through elemental reductions, but
Well,
I'd
for
say-
Dorgan, you'd bring Setzer, not Charlotta, right? Because he wants those
Right.
breaks.
he wants a break.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have refunds, I believe, between his dumps.
No.
And,
So he definitely like Setzer's way better.
Dorgan doesn't have a lot of gained overflow, so it doesn't work
Yeah.
out.
So what I would suggest is to give it a try, because it might be for you, it might not be for you. Give it a try. Do one run with Charlotta, another with Setzer, whatever. See if you get a feel for it. If it feels satisfying, if it feels way too much of a hassle, and then if it feels too much of a hassle, then just don't do it. just don't bring non-whatever elemental characters that gets locked out. Just use someone else.
Like, that's the mechanics.
Like, I know people want to bring their favorites, their elemental favorites, but sometimes they just take the L, and you just have to hold it, and then you just swap them out for Thancred, but not Thancred, or someone else.
Like,
Thancred the Charlotta.
This is very similar to it's like you guys mentioned, Cecil and Lightning and stuff like that in Lufenia. But I think the big difference is we now have a couple of very accessible tools to work around that doesn't involve crippling the damage output of the character. I don't know if you guys have seen it. There's a video, I don't have it on hand right now, but there's a video of somebody who and this is on global, when we got the early, or I guess global first release of VVLD, I don't want to say carried him through because he did a ton of damage. They brought him to the Kirin fight, which absorbed both fire and dark damage, and he was still putting out numbers. So,
didn't he get swapped out at the second wave? That's why.
No, he got swapped. No, he got swapped out on the first wave, I think.
Yeah, he was there for the Bears. I haven't watched it in a while, but it's actually really, really impressive.
I want to believe it, but at the same time, I know that people were like, pull Cecil, even though if it's locked out, it's still gonna work anyway, and then just never use him.
Yeah, just don't pull Paladin and Cecil because they're gonna locked out in a few months. You're still gonna use them.
Yeah, you're not gonna use them. Just straight up, you're not gonna use them anyway.
Yeah,
unless you're like
if people are so scared about elemental lockouts, why was Luna Freya hyped?
You know what's crazy? People are scared of a lot of things in this game. Boss turn. They're scared of boss turns, turn warping, elemental lockouts. You know what's next? Launch immunity. Because everyone loves launching ping pong all over the place.
Oh yeah, because that totally happened after Reigns' BT every fight.
Yeah. Remember the COD raid? I love launching the COD raid.
Oh, you know what? On the subject of Reigns is a perfect example of who gets locked out but still contributes, because they tried their hardest to lock out Reigns, and while they did accomplish it in a little bit, people still find a way to use Reigns.
Yeah. So Mouse asked like a pretty decent question. He's like, is this power creep content? Because like I'm demolishing this fight, obviously. And yes, it is a power creep fight, but the only reason why I'm running it is because they don't really do elemental lockout that much anymore. Like this was one of the most recent fights I could remember that had it.
But also, to be fair, it's power crept content, but Charlotta and Beatrix are the same now as they were.
Charlotta's not the same.
No, Charlotta's not the same. I forgot. She got a rework.
Yeah.
Never mind. I take back what I said.
Yeah, but Beatrix is exactly the same as when this came out. But Rubicante is a very strong off-turn DPS unit. Like we did not have.
Did you just say units. DPS? How dare you?
We didn't have units doing 6 AOE dumps in the off turns.
No, we did.
Who?
No, we did.
Who?
It's called Gladio if you let the enemy get 3 turns in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
Edge with his counter.
Yeah.
Orin with his counter. Yeah. So by that logic, right? Rubicante's in the cycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skip tank.
Yeah, exactly. I would skip all tanks for Rubicante except Gal.
But you see, here's the thing though, right?
Gal.
Why skip all tanks? We could pull all tanks. Have all the tanks.
Because I can't run 6 tanks at once.
So what you're saying is you're a non-believer.
Yeah.
It's called 6-man. You can.
Yeah.
I don't like that people are suddenly pulling all the tanks now. They aren't pulling Guy. That's what I'm sure of.
You should.
Because Guy doesn't counter.
Because Guy doesn't counter.
Where did all my Rubicante buffs go?
The Warrior of Light doesn't counter either, but he's a champ.
Yeah, with that logic, you should skip War of Light cross.
Don't worry, people did until the FR came around, and then suddenly everyone liked Warrior of Light.
Yeah, but Warrior of Light FR sucks. It's 40%. Rubicante does 40%, and he does 6 turns of off turn.
And Rubicante can solo.
Yeah, can Wool solo? No.
Yes.
I mean, he can solo Entropy 4. I don't know.
He can solo his own fight, but that doesn't mean shit.
Oh, the boss's spells here. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That would bring
They
that solo.
TreeVoid, if they do AoE, they do threshold AoE HP attacks. If their shields are active, it dispels.
Yeah, I was such a good player. I didn't even care.
Yeah, look at this good player.
Damn, look at this. Completed 2 Shinryus.
Now that's a Charlotte showcase.
Yeah, see? Look at that Charlotte showcase. Elemental Lockouts, who cares? I had a fire unit in a fight that required thunder damage. Charlotte did it. So yeah, people shitting or complaining about Elemental Lockouts, don't need to. Charlotte is the key.
This is how you do showcases.
Yeah.
Take notes certain popular JP content creator.
Yeah, and go to 4-month-old content to do your showcase.
Oh my god, y'all.
Do it with the featured character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Solo.
I just got a high power stone. This is sick.
Yeah, why don't you go solo Liu's Liu's Lost Chapter with Zach?
Yeah, I'll do my Zach showcase.
Yeah, that'll show him.
Apparently, content isn't challenging enough, but you know.
For what?
That's
Do you use mid
the
move?
challenge.
That's
Yeah, so I think overall the opinion here is like it's not that big of a deal for Elemental Lockouts. Like
the main
you can
opinion
build
here
around
is,
it, but
stop going to Reddit.
Yeah,
You
stop.
can build around it,
Stop being a
whether or
character.
not you can build around it, whether or not it feels good for you is a personal thing.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to lower your potential like FR maximum to bring a unit you really want to bring. Like you're not gonna run Ferris if you're not bringing Charlotta or Setzer. So like if you pull Ferris, be committed to this playstyle.
This is from someone, me personally, that used Charlotta a lot. I actually don't have that many videos about Elemental Lockouts, and I thought I did, but I did use her a lot on Elemental Lockouts, and my damage felt perfectly fine. Now, granted, not to brag, but I am a brave game professional. I know this.
Check out his channel, right?
I know how to use Charlotta. So.
But Alfie, Brave Gain is overrated. Why would I need the Brave Gain when I can cap on my damage?
Brave Gain is a crutch.
Brave Gain is not a crutch; it's a drug.
Yeah,
and I need
it is a drug.
Yeah,
Everyone molding over Lufenia Plus, and I'm over here with Y'shtola going.
The core.
Yeah, and I mean this was the Charlotta route. The Setzer route is just as viable, especially if you're doing off turn, where you're not turn hogging. Like if you're using a turn hogger, you definitely want to run Charlotta over Setzer because you'll burn through the fixed dice. But if you're doing off turn, like you're fine.
Well, like
I don't know what sane human being would use a turn hogger with Setzer. I'm sorry,
Well,
like if you actually do
I have
that,
I have an answer.
Yeah,
it
I
says
have
it
an answer
on.
for that. It's the default community.
Oh no! TreeVoid's trying to get to episode 10. Don't cancel him now.
The opinion of the guests on this show do not reflect the opinion of the hosts. Ryan Gosling's opinion on Defo is not.
You can't say that because you're allowing us. You're allowing us to say this shit, so you're just as bad as us.
Yeah, I'm platforming you guys, so really all your opinions are.
No, you're
my
not platforming me. You're platforming both of these people.
Yeah, that's
Soundwave's
true.
opinion, though. Not me. Not me. Nope.
This is Ryan Gosling's opinion.
Yeah.
I just got finished shooting from Barbie. I'm annoyed as fuck. That's why I'm coming off this way.
My advice to everybody is just pick better favorites. Just abandon your favorites.
Yeah,
call that your
Mancred.
You should
This is coming
probably
from the SR2 guy.
you should probably pull Minwoo. Just just saying.
Yeah.
Stop like
Yeah, pull Maria.
I was playing him earlier today. It's so much fun.
just stop playing bad characters. Yeah, use Minwoo. Final Fantasy 2. You're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, Minwoo. My favorite turn.
Sine wave
My favorite turn
converted me to
deleter. Min was my favorite turn deleter.
Yeah, sine wave.
guys-
Why is Minwoo like Reno where you can't press his S1?
No, you can. No, you can.
Shut up. This is
No, you
another
can.
one.
No, you can.
Can't press
You
his
That's
S.
right.
just don't want to.
You can no, motherfucker. Use it. Just use it.
If they're immune to delete, sure. But
Yeah,
generally,
Yeah, just like
Then just
Reno.
use them on a delete immune fight.
yeah.
Okay, here's the perfect setup for wanting to teleport spam. It's a single target, or it's 3 targets. That's really it.
Cycle.
Minimum cycle, except where it nice to fucking turn delete. Yes. That was the worst cucking of a BT.
So what you're saying is that Yuri is basically a precursor to the min move.
Yeah. Yuri's
TreeVoid,
like.
did you buy the whale pass?
Did I? Yes, I have the will. Why?
You have problems.
Why? I need the points.
He's
Buys
keeping
Will
the
Pass
game
for
through
a
end of
Yeah,
game
I'm
can't
keeping
read.
the game alive for you, Cross.
No, you're not.
Be alive for what? You better stop.
All you free to play fish
Did not say-
floating
I
on
did not
my
say
whale
that.
back.
That's him. That's all him. I'm not saying that.
It's like me and
opinions-
Nidre. Okay, we're like holding this community up.
The opinions expressed by TreeVoid do not reflect the opinions of the guests or co-hosts.
Yeah, the people who don't contribute to the game's economy, good. Okay. It's a short show this week. There's like nothing to talk about. We spent
there
half
is.
of it talking about
This show has
global.
been almost exactly 1 hour.
Right, exactly. We normally go much
Yeah.
longer.
This isn't a mini episode. This
Yeah,
point.
yeah. So,
There's,
any parting words from our many guests today?
Stop being a pervert.
Yeah, exactly. Just stop being
Overflow is
poor.
overrated.
That was a sign.
Thoughts? Are these closing thoughts?
These are closing thoughts.
It's bad.
You know,
All right.
you know
Anyway,
what he's gonna say.
Tancred sucks, but also,
Tancred sucks until a BT comes out.
I bet he's still gonna be trash,
He'll get the push effect of extra brave hits.
but no cap up.
But
So shittier push BT. But anyway, on a different note, I am very excited for Octopath Traveler 2 and what all of the 3 Yakuza games that were announced within 2 days. So I am fucked.
Imagine if they all release at the same time.
Ishin and
Yeah,
the
I know
man who
they're
erased his name are in the same month as Octopath.
Yeah.
So they're all,
like imagine if
3 of them are in
they're
February.
really all 3 of them release at the same month.
Good thing Yakuza 8 is in 2024.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
2024. Alfie will be in his cave.
Yeah,
forever.
fuck my channel. I'm gonna be playing Yakuza.
I think my closing thoughts is everyone at the state of play after we got a fuck ton of awesome announcements, and you're still begging for Spider-Man footage. You don't deserve human rights.
Whoa.
Okay.
all the hosts agree with that statement.
A lot of violence from Ryan Gosling tonight.
Wait, what happened? Do I have the web pass global? Yes, I do, because I'm capped out on enhancement points.
Oh my god!
I actually am. I need to spend some.
Why are you
on
hoarding
units that I
them?
don't care about.
Is the order?
Hoarder crooks.
I'm not a hoarder. It's not my
You say you
fault.
kept
I
out on
force
points?
enhance like most of the characters in this game I actually care about.
Force enhance everyone. That's what I did.
Bring them all up to 10.
Do I look like I want to force enhance Luna Freya?
Yes. You
Then
love
just don't
her.
Or
do
Tifa,
Luna. Do someone
especially
else.
Tifa. Especially Tifa.
Then do someone
Fuck
else.
that character. You know what? No. I want
I thought
Square Enix to
she's
refund
your-
my points for
If-
Tifa.
If
Refund
you
my
she's your
force
favorite.
enhance
Right
Luna
now.
Freya, why
Right
did
now.
you
She's
do
your
that?
waifu.
Why
I
did
remember you
you?
got excited when she's announced for NT.
I definitely was not excited.
Did you pull for Luna Freya Cross?
He pulled up Tifa on the
Only her
special site.
LD. Only
Okay,
Tifa
so
LD.
you pulled her LD. Why don't you go ahead and force enhance her?
I'm not doing that.
My final
I mean,
thoughts are
you're capped on points. You got to get uncapped. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, you can make her base call force gauge charge.
You see?
Exactly.
that is false.
It does not work like that. Do not take my word.
Not like that.
It does work. It does work.
We are We are trusted JP sources.
There's also something I call. There's something that I call that is you use characters that you like and not fake like. Like the people who use Lunafreya and Camelina are like, oh yeah, I love Lunafreya. She was my favorite character after 15. She fucking died.
Camelina.
There were so many people that weren't fucking with Camelina when he came out and when he got his LD. I remember.
I was one of the 4 fans of Cam before Cam.
Yeah, all of you
Real
here.
talk.
It's like you're not pulling for Minu, huh?
Oh, I'm not
No. You see, Simon, you need to make a video that's saying like, if you don't like FF2, don't pull Minwoo. Because if you pull Minwoo, if you don't like FF2, and I see you say that you like Minwoo, then we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, don't
Fantasy
pull for
2
Minwoo.
sucks,
Pull for
but-
Vanille on the same banner.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 2 sucks.
A real
but
DPS.
Minwoo in Final Fantasy 2 was actually dope as fuck.
That is Scorpio.
He opened that seal. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did do the Kamehameha, didn't he?
And then he fell asleep.
Kamea Mama.
Kamehameha.
No. It's Kama Your Mama.
What?
What?
That's what I'll be doing
Okay.
later. Got him.
I think that's a good show tonight. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Have a good